things. Um, Now, I know a lot of you, I'm sure, were in the live that I had on Sean, I think probably about a month and a half ago now, maybe, where his sister was in there. His mom was on the phone with her, and then there was another family member that was texting me, who was with one of his exes. Okay. Now, you guys heard the whole story about Sean when he was. You all know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say what it was because I'm not going to put that information out on here. Okay? So we heard it. We heard it from his family members. So I was absolutely just shocked as hell, okay, when I saw a post that some guy thinning out the nonsense put out. He talked about Guardians of Valor and he talked about Sean. And he was saying that Guardians of Valor had no proof about Sean, and where are the receipts for it? This is the problem when you don't do research on somebody. Because thinning out the nonsense with some of what he was talking about really doesn't look very good on this. Because in the video he made, he was saying that there's no proof. And then he was saying that where are the receipts for it? Now, again, those of you that were in the live regarding Sean and with his family members, you know why that there was no police report, why there is no record on that. I've covered that in great detail, and I'm not going to even talk about what that was all about because the morons, including Mallory, who decided to chime in on it today, they can do their research and they can find that live. And if they don't think hearing from family members that were directly involved in that situation, if they don't want to believe them, then I suggest they can look for where they are and reach out to them and tell them that they're liars. Because that's the last thing you're going to do. So, let me play this clip first. Is this it here? Let me see. Is this it? Let me see if this is it.
So if anybody has proof that Scammyclaus has been doing some fucked up shit, and you're worried you'll get outed if you show it, even if I can't talk about it, I'd still like to be able to.
I'll play that one in a minute. Hold on. Where is? Did I record that clip? Shit, I don't think I recorded it. Let me pull it up on Kool-Aid's page because she has a recording of what Dum Dum had to say.
I'm not scamming nobody. You don't know me from nowhere.
Oh, Kool-Aid, are you in here? Where's that clip? Where's that clip of what Mallory said? Because I saw it. You shared it with me, but I can't access it on here. Is she in here? I don't think Kool-Aid's in here. I would say pretty much what Mallory was saying was that, people, and she said my name, have pretty much put a false jacket on Sean. And, they always say they want him to do better and they want him to get a job, but then he's going to get a job. And what are they going to do? These people are going to call the job and they're going to say, you hired a P3DO. First of all, Mal, I have never done that. I don't call jobs. I don't call DCF. I don't call I don't call that. Have I called Social Security? Absolutely, I have. Absolutely, I have. But I don't do that shit. So to clump me into people who have done shit like that before, do your homework. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing how much you're trying to stay relevant. Really, it is. And for you to continue a talking point that was wrong in the first place without you doing your work, it just goes to show you how far you've fallen. Because you used to do this stuff really well. You used to do awareness really well on people. And you used to have receipts. And, I don't know what the fuck has happened to you, if you've gotten lazy or something, but damn, all my videos are on YouTube. If you had just taken a minute and looked at that video of Sean's family. Me too, Silver Swifty, I'm going to agree with you on that. I am. I used to enjoy, like a year ago, I used to enjoy going into her lives. I did. But for her and this thinning out the nonsense guy, putting, saying that Sean hasn't done anything wrong and they want to look at receipts, they want to see receipts and all that, you guys got to do your homework. You really do. And so what in fact happens there? Okay, what happens with that? Since these people don't do their homework, now Sean goes online like he did yesterday, saying that, oh, see, all these people are sticking up for me. Now, with thinning out the nonsense, while Sean was playing it and feeling all great about himself, thinning out the nonsense did say, well, I don't agree with Sean does because Sean is a scammer, and he has been for a long time. That was awesome because Sean's face changed all of a sudden, and then it was all about him again in terms of how he's a good dude. He's a good dude. But yeah, seriously, Mal, I'm telling you, it's I do have secondhand embarrassment for you. I'm not sure if there's something called third-hand embarrassment. If there is, I have that for you too. Really, you need to do your research on stuff because here you are, kind of semi supporting a guy that, in fact, based on, again, his mom and his sister and other family members and an ex of his, and it's not Paul or Sean, so don't get your knickers all in a knot, and his nephew, who first came out with those allegations over a year and a half ago, and at first I didn't believe it. But then when other family members started corroborating it, yeah. So yeah, I mean, go get a washcloth, wipe the egg off your face, and while you're at it, wash your hands. I mean, we all know what that's about. So seriously, if you're not sure about something, just don't talk about it because either that or you end up looking like Mallory. The whole thing with thinning out the nonsense with Sean and all that, I know he's trying to go after Guardians of Valor. If you, just to give you a little backstory of that, okay? About a month and a half ago, he and Fallon and a bunch of other people did a live. And they called out Guardians of Valor for, they said doing something like shady behind the scenes, something like that. And then it turns out that they're calling him out. I forgot exactly what they said he did. I think the whole thing with Tim and Angela, and he was Guardians was trying to help Tim and Angela out, and then something went bad. I don't really remember it, but what I do remember is this: while calling him, they are sitting with somebody that is going around taking pictures of Tim and Angela and going to work taking pictures of them. So again, I'm just so confused about you're calling out Guardians for doing something like trying to help Tim and Angela, but on the back end, you guys have somebody that is, if it's stalking or not stalking, personally, if somebody's following me around and taking pictures, I consider that stalking. But that was okay. He was talking about governors, I keep saying governors, Guardians, making, sharing personal information on people. Seriously? I'm just going to say, I have messages from somebody, that is friends with those people that had the live on Guardians. And somebody sent Guardians all of Tim and Angela's information. So, again, before you try to discredit somebody and go after them for something, you better look in your closet. You better pick up those old stanky-ass sneakers that are buried under shit. You better check the hangers and make sure your stuff is clean. Because I guarantee you, all these people that do this stuff, they've probably been involved in shit. So, and this is the thing that has just turned so fucking sideways on TikTok. And it's things started changing. I noticed a change probably about a month after I started on TikTok. And this is going back to the beginning of 2024, like February, March. People just could not keep it on this app anymore. They had to start looking every single person up that they had a problem with, or an issue, or they didn't agree with something. You just couldn't keep it between, the walls of TikTok. You couldn't keep it in a video calling somebody out. You have to fucking do all of this extra shit. They do all this extra shit all the time. And we've seen it done. We've seen it done a million times. This video that I started with Bofunda here, because this is interesting. Listen to this.
So if anybody has proof that Scammyclaus has been doing some fucked up shit, and you're worried you'll get outed if you show it, even if I can't talk about it, I'd still like to be able to understand it. Because I don't for a second believe that she's not sitting behind the scenes doing fucked up shit. Because she does fucked up shit online.
I would like to know what fucked up shit I've done, Mel. I mean, we know you've done fucked up shit. We've seen it, and we see shit every day that you do. I've seen what you've been doing the last year. But what exactly, what fucked up shit have I done, Mel? I want you to tell me that. What, the fact that I I called FM a essayist, over a year ago, and I apologized profusely? Was it the whole thing with Retina because I didn't listen to she left and looked at what she typed and said in that on the DM where it said basically what I'm asking, and I just figured that that was what she was talking about in the voice, and I didn't feel like listening to it? Is that it? Because what other fucked up shit have I done? And anybody who's listening to me, whether you're inside here or outside, please, any fucked up shit I've done, send it to Mallory. Please do. Send her it. Send her fucked up shit I've done. I would really like you to do that. I give you permission to do.
Hi.
Hey, everybody, rise! The judge is here. Show respect.
I actually forgot I requested because you left me down there for like 80 years.
Listen, I just saw the light come on now. Hi, Tessa. I just saw the light beep on there and it said 1.
Well, I earlier because it was looping for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know if it was looping for anybody else. But I'm gonna go on mute.
Okay. Thanks, Judge.
Okay.
So yeah, I would like you, anybody who I have done fucked up shit to, please send everything to Mallory. Please do that. And I got a question for you, Mal. I do. Can you tell me, Mallory, what's one good thing you did on this app? Because I will admit, I've made mistakes. I've made a couple mistakes that, that still guide me as I go live to make sure I don't do that shit again. What good things have you done now? Can you tell me? I'd like to know that. Who have you helped? Who have you reached out to help? Who's reached out to you for help? What organizations do you help? Because what everybody sees of you on TikTok, everybody sees that you used to do awareness and you were good at it. And then you became a victim of a bunch of creators on this app. You were a victim. This person's doing this to you. And then those people now you are rubbing elbows with. That's what people see of you, Mallory. That's what people see of you. So I'll say it again. Some of you guys, creators on this app, before they question the integrity of somebody, they better do research and make sure what they're about to put out there on the TikTok is accurate. Because if not, you look like this person. You look. Another thing, I talk about the hypocrisy that just runs rampant on this app. You say one thing, you do another. You complain about something, and somebody's doing it in your live at the same time. I mean, it is absolutely crazy. Case in point. I I won't. I don't. I'm trying to think. I don't remember a time where I've talked about anybody that hasn't talked about me first. I try not to get involved in calling people out, unless, of course, they're beggars or scammers, stuff like that. I'm not going to reach out to them and say, hey, I'm going to talk about you. You know, not going to happen. But with people, I mean, and I use the term creators very loosely for some of these people, but I'm not going to talk about somebody. If I'm done with somebody, I'm done with them. You know, I'm not going to go on and on and on and on and on about them. But I had to laugh. I had to laugh yesterday because Bree got pissed off because I blocked her out of Truth Live yesterday. Now, she came in a couple times, too. It wasn't like she just came in there. She came in a couple times. Thanks, Scam. I'll get to her. Didn't say anything. And generally when that happens, somebody gets blocked. And after I did it, I was like, okay. So then Bree was on last night complaining that she got blocked from her live. Now, last time I checked, when you have a platform, you can invite or find anybody that comes in. Your live does not have to have an open door policy where people can come and go as they please. If there's somebody you don't want in there, if you're a mod for somebody and what the creators that you mod for, how they run things, then that's how they run things. For anybody to question why somebody got blocked and all that, and there are mistakes sometimes. Let's be real. You know, when the chat is hopping and you go to block somebody, there are times where it moves so fast you hit the wrong person and you block them, and absolutely there are mistakes. But I'll tell you, Bree, 100%, it was not a mistake. I blocked your ass, and as you would say, and baby, I loved every minute of it. So, buddy. So again, the hypocrisy there. You blocked me, but I'm alive right now, and they're blocking people. Are you saying, oh, well, you shouldn't block them? You shouldn't block them. Why are you blocking them? That's not right. I hear that. Stand on what you say, okay? Stand on what you say, people. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. All these people, all these people on this app claiming victims of something. I have never heard so many fucking people call themselves victims on this app. And it's amazing because I've seen these same people in other lives, and it's not even about them, and they turn it into how they're somebody. Just shut up already. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. You know why? Because these have done some really funky ass shit on this app. There are so many people that really need to take a deep dive into their exposure on this app. And they really need to guide what they say based on their beliefs. And you better make sure that you live by what your expectations of others. because it is an absolute fucking joke. Some of the stuff I've seen over the past couple of days. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Somebody just said Snark's live. I'm gonna stream her in a minute, but I got a screenshot, okay? Snark went on live for, I don't even know, maybe about an hour ago, a little less, and showed a screenshot. I don't know why in God's green earth she would show this, but she did. I'll show you. This was on her screen, so I'm not. She. Why the fuck would you put something like this? I believe CYS stands for, is it Children Youth Services? On what she showed on her screen, and then she got say absolutely that I have never called those type of people on anybody. It would have to be egregious for me to call either Department of Family and Youth or whatever it is. And even with the FBI, I never called the FBI. They reached out to me. I didn't reach out to them. So, you know, all this stuff that, you know, people are putting out there, you really need to do your research because y'all look stupid.
And that's somebody you guys want to surround yourself with? That's who you want to sit with? That's who you want to be seen sitting with and supporting? Somebody that picks up the phone knowing there's not a fuck thing going on in that home and makes false fucking reports to affect a child's life? Not mine, because I'm going to handle it. I have nothing, one thing to worry about or be fearful of. My responsibilities to the child are met daily. The reason I breathe is because of that child. I have nothing to worry about. But you, ma'am, the kind of human you are,
I don't know who she's talking about.
you target children. Targeted my children since you started this fucking hate campaign. All three of my daughters, now my granddaughter. And it's all for the fucking internet. She's gonna find herself in a world of hurt as well.
For what? For what, Pam? That's fucking hilarious. A world of hurt.
I don't know, Justine.
I'm still waiting for that audio clip of you calling somebody's job. I mean, it's been almost 2.5 now. Welcome.
Yeah, she's doing it at the expense of my child. Because, see, I know how this is going to affect her. I already know how it's going to affect her. And the fact that people don't care about how it's going to affect her is, in fact, the problem. That's why it keeps going. That's why these things just keep happening, right? Because the people that do these things, they get excused or whatever, and it just keeps going and going and going. Attacking children takes a special kind of fucking human. Yeah, imagine.
I agree, Patricia.
Well, I'll tell you.
I don't think anymore, Jubilee. I don't think anymore.
Absolutely necessary is a routine. Okay? It is, you have to have it. All right? So,
welcome in, Angel.
The fact that my granddaughter's school attendance is absolutely stellar, barely misses school.
Good, you can get a job then.
That's so easily proven, right?
You can get a job. Perfect, Pam.
All I have to do is sign the piece of paper so that he can check her attendance and see that she does not miss school.
Well, we all know she doesn't miss school because you're online every day yelling and screaming at people.
You're attacking children.
I don't know. But I'll tell you what, listen, you know, probably about a month and a half ago, Sunshine reached out to me and apologized, okay, to threatening to out my nieces and nephews. And remember what I've always said. Sometimes you can forgive people, but you never forget. You know, I'll never forget what that 24 hours felt like. It was horrible. Now, one of the things I said to her in the messages to her is, because she you know, said she felt very, very badly about what she had threatened to do. And I said to her, well, you know, the way that you make it right is just don't do it to anybody again, you know? And I was really hoping that she wouldn't do it. And then over the weekend, I know she doxed people on her live here. So I wish, as I made a post today, just people need to stop doing this shit. It's just not good. It's not good. There's no reason to do it.
So,
no reason.
The IRS, Social Security, Disability, CPS, check off all the boxes. You got that internet clout now, Sunshine. Got all the internet clout.
Good afternoon, Becca. Welcome in, everybody.
Making false reports to CPS about disabled children.
Well, I mean, Pam, I think you don't need to say disabled children. Making false reports about any child is wrong.
So would it be wrong of me?
Hi, Proud Mom.
Would it be wrong of me to do, in fact, what Sunshine's doing? Should I just start attacking everybody around Sunshine? And then I'm wrong. Then I'm the one that's wrong.
I mean, if you want to go that low, call CPS on her children, if that's what you want to do. Snark.
Then I would be wrong.
Just saying.
But she can call CPS and make false reports and in fact, traumatize a disabled child for no reason. She's traumatizing a disabled child for her own validation. What does she get, like, all warm and cozy inside over this? This makes you feel good about yourself?
Now, let's remember something, you know, and again, like I said, you better make sure that your closet is clean before you start calling people out. Because, Pammy, I will paraphrase what you said when Sunshine threatened to out my whole family. You said, normally, I don't believe in that kind of stuff. But since it's about Scammyclaus, yeah, I can stand behind it. Remember that, Pam? Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah, she did, monster. They're coming here tomorrow at 4:30. And yes, The man said how he wished he didn't have to follow up on it. He wished that he could throw out the referrals, but he in fact cannot. So, we'll play the game. We'll play the game. Because I was in fact the ones that CPS gave the child to, right? You guys realize that? I'm the one they gave the child to.
What?
Just think about that. Just think about it. Because, you know, CPS isn't always right. They don't always do what's right. This scenario, you know what I mean? That they did come here and it was a rogue and they did take her. You did that. You did that. What do you get? Bragging rights for that? Do you get bragging rights for that? Do you get to brag that you did it?
I agree, Theodosia. I agree.
Yeah, you're not kidding. The amount of support is wild. Absolutely. I'll record it when he's here tomorrow. I'll record it. Unreal. Unreal. For the internet. Did it for the gram.
Again, remember.
Did it for the gram.
Remember, Pammy, you were 100% supporting Sunshine when she was going to out my whole family. And she was going to do fuck shit with my family and my nieces and nephew and my son. So, again, so now you're a victim of it. And it's wrong. But when somebody was doing it to somebody you didn't like, it was okay.
That he already knows it's bullshit, so
Today.
I don't think I'm going to have to do much convincing. Sunshine called CPS on.
Of clean, organic, plant-based protein.
No, not on here.
Fiber and zero sugar. That means lasting energy, sustainable.
Yep. Called CPS. They'll be here tomorrow at 4:30. So there would be a little bit more support there because it is not going to be a good time for her. Okay? It is not going to be a good time at all. It's going to horribly affect her. And I know that you guys don't give a fuck about that. I really do understand that people on the internet do not give a fuck how people's personal lives are actually affected by drunks on the fucking internet.
Well, Pam, you didn't care. He was doing it to other people. So, yeah, you're not going to get simple. I'm not going to lie.
And that's exactly what Sunshine is. A fucking psychotic, drunk bitch. All for the internet, guys.
I was saying
So
about
let me
hypocrisy.
see you in Sunshine's chat. It's gonna be because hey,
Remember, I talk about hypocrisy, right?
everybody has their fucking breaking point. I've been telling people since the CPS thing started, people calling CPSs to go ahead and try it with me. But when you affect this child's life in a negative way, I will never be held responsible for any behavior I would on other people. You don't get to do that, see?
Exactly,
you don't
Mama
get
G.
to negatively affect my child's life. I think I'm going to just sit back and not do fuck all about it. You don't get to do that. Nobody gets to do that. Do you understand? Yes, Justine. hurt me, want to hurt me so bad. You're a child. A child that already struggles on a daily basis with everything. Nothing is easy. And this is what you choose.
She has no proof that whoever called, because if I'm correct, CYS or DCF, whatever you want to call it, they don't say who called. So she's assuming it's Sunshine. I don't know who it is. It could be anybody.
You made the choice
I don't know.
to hurt a child. That should resonate with everybody across the board.
Exactly, Mama G.
Nobody should be okay with that at all. Bunch of fucking women. Here we are. Just a bunch of fucking women out here hurting each other, hurting each other's kids. I heard a conversation the other day when I was rage baiting myself. I heard Holly May have a conversation, and this really, really bothered me, about the Pammy page being posted there, because one thing I've known about Holly May from the door, before I knew who the fuck she was or her around with the kids thing, no kids, no kids, but then heard her literally justify Breezy's teenage daughter being posted to that page and horribly body shamed. Horribly body shamed. And defended that, Holly, I heard. So I don't believe for 1 second that Holly May is a soft spot for any child. Including the 7 their husband never paid child support for. Those 7 especially. But not for sure anybody else's fucking kid on the internet.
She had to put that
You're
dig in there.
Trash.
And why does she put that?
Bitch,
Exactly,
you are fucking trash.
Exactly, Lily. This is Pammy. Snark. TikTok snark.
We're disgusting, all to be honest, as women on this internet.
Pammy, you're just as disgusting as everybody you're calling out right now. So shut up.
So you guys can sit back and wait and figure out what I'm going to do.
We don't. I could care less, quite honestly. And I'm sure that there's people that are in there.
$4,000 in child support he owes. You ain't got a position to sit in to speak on anybody else's parenting or their fucking kids. Ever. Clean up your own front yard.
You need to do the same thing.
Get everybody else.
You need to do this.
Be careful where you sit. Really, really careful.
You need to take that same advice, sugar tits. Say. I think she went off. So, review again. Number 1, somebody called Children Youth Services on her, okay? That's bullshit. Okay? I have said that all along. You don't call, you don't dox, you don't do any of that shit. So she's up in arms. She's up in arms about Breezy's daughter's picture getting posted. She's up in arms about all that stuff. But yeah, just a few months ago, she said, when Sunshine had that live saying she was going to out my whole entire family, and she put my father's obituary up. Her comment was, I normally don't support that kind of behavior, but since it's a cause, yeah, I get behind it. So that's weird to be able to support it when it's somebody you don't like, and not be about it when it affects you. And this is what I'm talking about on this app, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Right. Yep. Last week she kept saying that she had an appointment to talk to my wife's job. And again, my wife is not on TikTok. She has nothing to do on TikTok. But that's okay. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Hey, Breeze.
Hey, I just wanted to put it out there. So, people are into like angel trees and like paintings and people who really need it. But since today's my birthday, everybody needs to stop donating there and send to my shop just for today.
Yeah, it can happen. Nice try. That I'm kicking your ass off. Thank you. Happy birthday, though, Breezy. Donate to food banks and all that. They're the ones who need it right now. Like I said last week when I dropped off food, I have never seen so many people. Never seen so many people getting food. Please donate to those places. So, listen, again, with the whole pay me thing, I hope that the person that she's alleging made the call, she's alleging the right person, because if it was Sunshine, and like I said, I don't know. I know what I saw over the weekend, and I know that Sunshine was doxing people and that, which is sad. But that I don't know how many different ways I can say that shit has to stop. It has to stop. We all know that people have platforms here on this app, and aware of what people do on this app, especially when there is a precedent set by them of doing that shit. People always go to those people to see, who's doxing who today, who's doing this today. Oh, it's crazy. Crazy. What else did I want to talk about? Did that cover it? I still will talk about, when Sean's on, I'll talk about him. I mean, he's just, I will stream him occasionally when I have time. Right now with Maggie, with her threatening to go to Toys for Tots, get free toys for herself, and she's going to pretend that, she has a child and she already has a stroller for one of her dolls, and she, already has this plan how she's going to go to these events and she's going to get free toys for her quote unquote baby, which is actually for her own self. I'm already working on stuff there to make sure that that doesn't happen. I saw her last year doing it where she took free medications for kids, all this shit she didn't need. And she took advantage of these organizations around holiday which collect things for the needy. One thing we can say about Maggie is she is not needy because she has so many stupid people that continue to send her money. She doesn't need any. So I already have a flyer up and running. And, these holiday events usually start after Thanksgiving, so I will be sending that flyer out to all the organizers that I can find, throughout the Philadelphia area, and let them know what she is planning on doing, because she's doing exactly the opposite of what the holiday is, and she's so there's that. I'll talk about Maggie and stuff like that. But I absolutely will, call out people when they do sketchy shit, especially if it has to do with this. I'm proud of the platform that I have here. And so much of it is because of the mods that I've had for a long time and the people that come here. Those people know what I do when I'm on live. They there's not much to. I'm the only thing I'm not open about is going out behind the scenes with with the investigation with Florida Man, because that's not information that needs to be out there. But when people do stuff on this app and they lie, especially if it has to do with me, I am going to call them out. So, many of the videos that I've been posting, and I'm not going to lie, I enjoy showing people on TikTok the people that lie on this app, because credibility is important. And when these people continue to put out false information because they heard it from somebody that heard it from somebody else that heard it, that is that's dangerous work. It's very dangerous work. And too many people do that. One of the things that you'll see here is I very rarely have more than a couple people in boxes, because when you have a ton of people in boxes and people are talking all the time, you don't pick up what they say, or you're just not listening. And there's so many people, like that video I made about Ratina, where she said she didn't remember her name, but in fact she did. But because everybody's always thinking in boxes, what am I going to say next? How am I going to make this about me? How am I going to what's on? And that video that I made of Ratina last week clearly showed that you really need to be careful with what you say, because when you're not listening to what's coming out of your mouth, you look foolish. And when she said that I didn't talk about me, and she did, and posted it, and I showed that she was wrong and other people were wrong because, again, they're not listening to each other. That takes a notch out of their credibility. Yes. Yes, I can't tell you, hi Tequila Girl, I can't tell you how many times Sam Slam and myself have been confused for each other. You know, it's easy. It was funny. Kool-Aid reposted a video from about a year ago where I was on the FYP and I scrolled. I'm like, okay. So I went in there and this guy's going off on me. Why? Because he thought I was Sam Slam. And I'm sitting there kind of chuckling because I'm like, I have no clue who this guy is. And he's telling me about all this shit I've done. Definitely not me. And I'm sitting there trying to be respectful, saying, yeah, I know you got the wrong person. Nope, not me. I mean, you gotta do your research, folks. You make sure when you talk about something, you stand on it. If you call out somebody for doing it, it's not just the people that you don't like. It's people that you like also. I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy the shit that I've been seeing on this app. Absolutely crazy. And I listen to everything. And I will be 100% honest. There are times I go down to the laundry room and I forget what the fuck I'm doing down there. I come downstairs and go to the kitchen and I'm like, what the hell did I just want in here? I forgot. But there's some things I don't forget. And if somebody, for whatever reason, does me dirty, I don't forget that. And I remember that. And I pull up information that person has done. For instance, like the Grammy, complaining that people are putting life on, people are doxing people's family members and all that. Yeah, I remember clear as a bell when she stood for that. There's people, the thing with I think that's over, in terms of that happened. I'm not pissed off about it. I'm not, making videos on her or anybody anymore over there because it's done and over with. Have I forget? I mean, okay, people need to remember that it is okay to walk away. It is okay to walk away from people that you don't like anymore. It's okay not to air the dirty laundry out to everybody. It's okay to do that. In terms of thinning out the nonsense, it would have been okay if he reached out to me behind the scenes to ask me about the whole Sean thing. I would have given him the 411 on it. But no, people don't do that. When Ratina had that whole live about Breezy and I reached out to her that night and I said, let's have a conversation. Because there's some things you don't need to put all the dirty shit out on TikTok. You can have a conversation with people off of there and that's okay. I don't know why that doesn't happen anymore. So it's oh, she's streaming me? Oh, good. Hey, Pammy. What up, girl? What up, girl? What up, girl? What up, girl? Oh, good. She's streaming me. Hey, Pam, listen. First of all, I want to say it is absolute bullshit that somebody called CYS on you. Absolutely 100%. I don't believe in that bullshit. Okay, but let me tell you what I have no sympathy for. Why is it that all of a sudden you are pissed off that Sunshine's putting information out about you and about people that you're with? But back in July, when she threatened to out my whole family and my nieces and nephews and all that, your comment was, and I paraphrase, I normally don't condone this type of behavior, but since it's Scammyclaus, I can get behind it. You want to explain that? This type of behavior, but since it's Scammyclaus, I can get behind it.
Do you know that if she was going to call CPS on you, I would have never gone behind that. But the fact that you are supporting her calling
there it
CPS
is.
on me is something
Who's,
I want everybody to know.
wait, did I just say that I support her calling CPS? Did anybody hear me say that? Didn't I just absolutely say the opposite of that? This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
We're talking about a child, Scammyclaus. I know you don't give a fuck about them.
Exactly what I'm talking about. Let her talk.
We're talking about a child, Scammyclaus. I know you don't give a fuck about them.
Exactly what I'm talking about. Let her talk. There are certain people on this app that, because they're a victim of something, even people that don't support something that's happening to them, which I clearly stated, they will turn that around because they're the victim, and they will turn it into the opposite. And that's exactly what she just did. And again, this is something that happens all the time on this app. All the time. Yeah, I agree. Welcome in, Jackie. Yeah, I agree. Welcome in.
AI says discuss your CPS drama, CPS call drama, in fact, and comment your thoughts. AI says discuss your CPS drama, CPS call drama, in fact, and comment your thoughts.
The echoing is too much. I'm not even going to listen to her. It's not worth it. But again, all I'll say is this. People can go back on videos of me on YT there, because I don't follow. I don't agree with it. But again, noticed I asked a question. I said, I would okay. And she was trying to sunshine, that sunshine was going to dock my extended mom, including my nieces and nephews, which are minors. She put my father's obituary out, and she made a whole bunch of threats. For Pam, that was great. And she said that she said it. So why, when people are doxing friends and putting out their kids, that's a problem. And again, that is what I talk about all the time on this app, hypocrisy on this app, the hypocrisy with these people where it's okay for thee, but not for me, is bullshit. And when somebody doesn't answer a question, they have no answer because they know they just got a wall. Because it was their own words.
Like you're a hypocrite in 4K. In 4K, lying.
What am I lying about, Pammy?
4K, you're lying.
What am I lying about?
Lying. Christ.
What am I lying about, Pammy?
4K, you're lying.
What am I lying about?
You're lying. Christ. Scammy, you say you don't support doxing, family, or anything, but you were every day coming on videos that were doxing people that had people's family members in them. You are a fucking hypocrite. Every day coming on videos that were doxing people that had people's family members in them. You are a hypocrite.
So you're saying that Pammy and I, who that person was, because I never knew who it was, and I see it's done. So friends with the person would be at the time, we text, we know each other, and we keep it up, and all of that stuff. So I sit with a person who's doxing people, and with it, that's what you're saying. So if you want to use that theory, is bad because you and if you know, which I'm sure you didn't, because you are very, very tunnel visioned when it comes to me. Can you show me I have ever shared a post that somebody made? Can you show me this doxed? Because I absolutely made comments under videos that I made about you. All the absolutely I did. I never reposted anybody's video. I've never
Guardians of Valor. Exactly what you're saying. Guardians of Valor. All the fucker was saying people. And you have him as your sidekick all the time, lady. All the motherfucker
Can you, Pammy, can you show me? I would like to see that proof of who he has threatened. Can you show me that?